Today we're going to talk about how to price your home to create multiple offers. Here's something that sellers don't realize until it's too late. The price you list your home may not be the price you sell your home. Because remember, buyers choose how much your property is worth, not me, not another agent, not an appraiser, the buyer. So you can confuse the price to list your home versus the price you end up selling your home. And so today I'm going to show you exactly how Atlanta's smartest sellers price their homes, not to just look good on Zillow, which it needs to, by the way, but also to create the kind of buyer competition that drives the final number up, which is what we all want. Let's get into it. Before we talk strategy, I need to tell you about the most important window in your entire sale, the first 7 days. Yeah, that's right. When your home hits the market, it's fresh. It shows up at the top of all the search engines. The buyers who've been waiting, especially in neighborhoods like Morningside, Virginia Highland, Buckhead, Midtown, Sandy Springs, they're waiting in the wings, looking every day, wanting the right house, and boom, yours props up. They move immediately. Price it right, and that first weekend becomes an event. So everybody is seeing lots of people come in and out of the house. There's lots of showing up on our app called Showing Time, and all of a sudden the energy is up and buyers are wanting to negotiate and they cannot wait. That's when you price it right. Price it off and your momentum is dead before it's out of the gate. Days tick by, tick, 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 and your listing goes from new and special to still available in the buyer's mind. And that means something's wrong in their mind when there may be nothing wrong, but they'll come in low and you've lost your leverage. So just so you know, there are 3 ways to price a house. Each one creates a different outcome. There's event-based pricing, market pricing, and aspirational pricing. Event-based pricing. Event-based pricing is the most powerful strategy in many Atlanta neighborhoods right now, and it's one that sellers typically don't know anything about. So here's the idea. Instead of listing at market value, you price slightly below it. Not drastically, but intentional positioning. On a home worth about $1 million, you might list at, say, $975 or $950, and the idea is to create momentum, FOMO, as I like to say. Here's what that does. It shows up in more buyer searches because buyers filter by price, and you've just moved into a wider pool. It looks like the best value in the neighborhood because compared to the comps, it is. Buyers who've done their homework recognize it immediately. And most importantly, it creates urgency. When buyers feel like they might lose to someone else, they stop asking for concessions and start stretching their price point. They move faster. They write better offers. And that's when you end up with 5 offers instead of 1 and a final sales price that lands above most likely what you originally wanted to sell for in the first place, just by trusting your agent. We're seeing this works best in those hard to find neighborhoods like Morningside, Virginia Highland, Decatur, Sandy Spring, Buckhead. The demand is strong in these neighborhoods and buyers are paying really close attention. The goal is not to list high, remember. The goal is to sell high. Those are not the same strategy. Now, event-based pricing isn't always the right call for everyone, so let's be honest about the other 2. Market pricing means listing right at your current value. You attract serious, well-qualified buyers and offers are cleaner. The process is more predictable. And if your goal is for a smooth sale over maximum upside, that's a perfectly solid strategy. Let's talk about aspirational pricing. Listing above market can work, but only if you're Ted Turner's home, or say a historic home that has special significance. I mean, it's got to justify that premium price. Historic, standout finishes, a location that's one of a kind. When these things are real, anchor the market higher and leave room to negotiate. But here's the honest truth. In today's Atlanta market, buyers are not guessing. They've seen the data. They're watching the market like a hawk. They've toured the comps. If your price isn't grounded in reality, they skip you entirely. And a quiet first week leads to a price reduction, which signals to every remaining buyer that you're negotiable. That's a hard position to come back from. Here's what I want every seller to understand. Buyers are not walking through your front door with fresh eyes and an open heart. They're walking in with data. Before they schedule a single showing, they've already compared your home to recent sales, active listings, and pending listings. They're looking for price per square foot, which in Atlanta we know doesn't always work. Condition is relative to price. Whether your kitchen updates actually justify the premium you're asking for, all these things matter. If your home doesn't stack up clearly, then they talk themselves out of buying it. You don't get a second chance at that first impression, as you know. That's why the pricing conversation is the most important conversation you'll have. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Pricing drives demand. Demand creates competition, and competition, real buyer against buyer competition, is what drives your final number up. The sellers who win in Atlanta aren't the ones who listed the highest. They're the ones who listed smartest. So if you're thinking about selling, whether it's a couple of months or down the road, now's the time to start having this conversation. Getting prepared to put your home on the market. Anticipating all the things that buyers want. Because once you go live, the clock is ticking. If you want to walk through or talk through exactly how to position your home in today's market, we'd love to have that conversation. The link to reach us is right below in this video. And if this was helpful, hit subscribe. We put out content like this every week for Atlanta buyers and sellers who want to actually understand what's happening in this market. See you in the next one. Bye for now.